So the art itself, I kind of let Caleb, the art tattoo guy, do whatever the hell he wants. Like everybody knows, I paint half my face, so I always told him I just want to do half of this body. Like it originally started with the hand, which I'm going to tell you right now, the fingertips right here, the absolute worst pain. I tell anyone, I'll pay for a hand tattoo just to watch people's reaction. It hurts so bad. Like the fingertips by far the worst, and it just slowly started like going up the shoulder. It's like all the way to the neck and the face, and I always told Caleb I'm probably gonna do my actual face, like start tattooing it, not as a skeleton, but just some other things. So it's taking over the left side of my body.
So is that the goal, to completely do the left side of the body?
No, not completely. Some things on the face, but like I definitely want to move down to the ribs and everything like that. That's kind of the goal. But every time I get a new tattoo, they got to take new photos for a new toy. So the more tattoos I get, the more toys I get.
Caleb told us it took about 45 to 50 hours to complete. Is that
Yeah, no, I started with him back in 2020. So this whole thing has been pretty much 3 years in the making. It's been brutal, really brutal.
and for a normal person to look at, I guess on the face and on the head, and they would think that was pain. We see you go through way more painful things, and you said the fingers are the most painful. Take us through though the pain for something like this, the new one.
Yeah, so the fingertips, like right by the nail, that's where I was getting it done. And I remember I was in the chair for 8 hours one day doing the fingertips because the fingertips, it's like the black ink doesn't really stay. So you got to go over it over and over and over again. And I was like about to pass out. I was like in my sweatshirt screaming like, "Fuck." So it was miserable. It was like super, super bad. And yeah, like that honestly probably was like the worst pain I've been in since I've had this like gnarly concussion in wrestling back in 2017. It was pretty crazy pain, but worth
And
it
you
now.
and the coffin drop and driving, leaping over houses on dirt bikes, and you're going to climb Mount Everest. Pain's no, you're not afraid of anything. Nothing hurts. So for you to say the fingers were painful, they must be very painful.
Yeah, what hurts more is the mental pain of I guess having a normal job. Like I would rather it's like so my first ever tattoo right here on my hand, it says drug, and then on that one it says free because like I'm straight edge, so I don't like do any like anything. So I remember I got that, back in 2018. That was my first tattoo, and I showed up to at the time I was working at Little Caesars, and I showed up, and then the manager saw those hand tattoos, and he's like, "How long have you had those?" I'm like, "Oh, I got them yesterday." He fires me on the spot. So, like, right then and there, I was kind of like, "All right, maybe I'm not cut out for normal job." So I purposely started getting tattoos everywhere, so I could never get a normal job ever.
Have you ever done any one that prevented you from like getting in the ring too quick or something, or you get back to work really quickly?
No, honestly. So I got the head tattoo right here, and then I was wrestling the next day, and it hurt like pretty bad, but no, like honestly, nothing. I would just tough it out, I guess. It's like to me, it wasn't anything that was gonna stop me. It just feels like you're wrestling with a gnarly sunburn. So
And you have a lot of trust in Caleb that you tell him what you want and you let him do his thing.
yeah, I kind of give him the direction, like obviously like skeleton, anything like kind of like branchy or like smoky, and he does it all freehand. It's amazing.
Last thing, on a scale of 1 to 10, the new project that was just completed, what's the pain for something like that?
So this one, so it took about 8 hours. I was in that chair, and then I like had to catch a flight like right in the next morning. So I literally got home and I passed out, but I couldn't sleep because it felt like I had a gnarly sunburn on the left side of my body. So I kept tossing and turning, and then I got to tapings yesterday, and Sting has his own private locker room, and there's a table there with like a cloth over it, and I crawled under the table because it was all dark. I slept under the table all day. I woke up and kicked ass. So yeah, the pain really took me out of it. I was like, ooh, but yeah.